I'd like to take a couple seconds to talk about red flags and why we choose to ignore them. The problem is not that someone has red flags, it's the fact that I, for some reason, hear them, process them in my brain as red flags, and still just like go with it. Why? I went on a date with a guy and I said, well, what's the longest relationship you've ever been in? He said 7 months. I had verbal diarrhea and immediately was like, oh, that's a red flag. I said this out loud. Oh, that's a red flag. And I said it out loud and I still didn't process it. He's like, well, it's the truth. I'm just going to put you on right now. I don't know how old you are, but if you meet a human adult male who is above average in certain aspects against the population, like the average man I think is like 5'10". So if you meet a man who's like 6'3" and above, he's healthy, he has an athletic build. If we were animals, the female of the species would be like, you are worthy of carrying forward the genes of humanity. I don't make the rules, I'm just saying, like, this is what it would be. If we were like, I don't know, if we were turtles or something. I don't know if turtles are selective in choice, but whatever animal chooses a mate based upon like sizing them up. If we were cavemen, it'd be like, you can bring me food and keep me warm. So if you meet a human adult male who fits that over the age of 30, I'm gonna say 30. I was gonna say 32 and give a little wiggle room, but I'm gonna say 30. If you meet a human adult male over the age of 32 and he tells you that the longest relationship he's been in is 7 months, you should not talk to him. That's a problem. And if they're like not aware or working on that shit, it's not your job to fix that shit. But that's a problem. They haven't had someone say, wow, I can put up with your shit for an extended amount of time. He's not the one, sis. I know that you want to be the one to say, you know what? I'm going to be the one who's going to push you past it. We're going to break 7. No, you're not. You're not going to break 7. And not only are you not going to break 7, but you're going to break yourself. You're going to break yourself against this rule that if a human adult male has not been in a relationship longer than 7 months by the age of 30, which is like halfway through your life, he's not the one. Okay? The only person he should probably be having a relationship with is his therapist, and it's not your job to be his therapist. Like, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm mainly talking to me because I don't know how to follow my own advice, apparently. So there's that. How many people on the internet do you think give advice and have not done or fail horribly at the things that they give advice on? Would that make me a bad professor or a good professor? Because I can acknowledge that I'm painting broad generalizations and speaking from my singular experience and recognizing that I am the common denominator in this situation. So I should probably take a step back and say, well, damn, we have the windshield wipers on and it's not even raining. Tell me you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD. So yeah, don't do this. 2022, we are not doing this, okay? We are not letting some boy who doesn't even have his shit together half as much as you do. Why do we make excuses for the men that we date that we wouldn't make for ourselves? We are so hard on ourselves. Like, think about how hard on yourself as a woman you are. I just started doing lashes, and this is my second time, and I don't know if I could commit to lashes. They are so gorgeous. They are on point, but that's like 2 hours of my life that I don't get back, hoping to impress some nappy head little boy who's probably not even gonna notice unless he's like, oh, this used to be me. This girl just had to get her car broken into Park Block. Funny story, the first year that I got my car, I must have locked myself outside the car at least 7 to 10 times, at least, minimum. And when I moved to Vegas, like, the Papalock people knew me on a first name basis. What I'm doing, I realize, is I'm stalling because I need to go and get all of this stuff for my house, and I'm stalling. I'm gonna end this one here and ask that you guys drop your green flags. How about this? How about you write a red flag that you ignored and something that you look for is a green flag. Let's do that. That's fun. A red flag that you've ignored and a green flag that you look for. And I'm gonna stop procrastinating and go be a big girl and buy this stuff because we are a homeowner now. First step of doing this generational thing, like, acquired. Like, wow, we're doing stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go do stuff. Who do you think gets locked in their car more often, men or women? My car has a gangster ring. I gotta stop buying stuff just because it's purple. Oh my God, I didn't even find this since I moved to Chattanooga. If you have a box of limoncello LaCroix anywhere in your neighborhood, this is your sign to purchase it and try it, and you tell me what your thoughts are. Mouth pleasure. Oh, nope, we're not looking. I've been feeling like crap lately. I was like, what's going on? Why do I feel this way? And then I realized that I haven't been drinking water, haven't been working out, and I've been snacking on every little sweet thing that I could find. Of course you feel terrible. You're treating your body like an amusement park. Of course you feel terrible, so we're not looking at that. So, really funny story. We're on our way back to the store this morning because last night we shopped for an hour and a half and didn't have our wallet. Yum. One of the things about ADHD that I feel like not a lot of people talk about and definitely should is you have an unrealistic viewpoint of how much time you actually have. So now I'm in a situation where I have 10 minutes to get what I need to get out of here. That took me an hour and a half to do last night. I have 10 minutes to get in and out of here and then back to my house to let the internet person in, which a normal person would probably just have scheduled the internet person when they had time and they weren't trying to do so many things. But ADHD brain tells you you've got time. You know, you work a little faster, speed, you write a list, you'll be good. And it's like, no, dog, no, we're not good. So here I am with 10 minutes to spare. Gonna run in here and try and grab all of the shit that I need for like a makeshift stay to wait for this internet guy so I can like actually still do work and stuff and have my cats with me. So yeah, let's see if we pull this off. Also, I've been forgetting to put my car in park and like getting out, so I guess that's a thing that happens now. They said it couldn't be done, but we did it. Another interesting thing about having ADHD that I feel like doesn't get a lot of attention the way that it should. Everybody talks about being spastic and, you know, you're not being able to focus on one thing. But another thing I don't hear people talking about is the sense of urgency that comes with whatever's placed in front of you. I think that's where people get in trouble with ADHD. It's a prioritization issue because whatever is now presented in front of you is the most important thing in the world. And if everything is important, then nothing is. This task that I just completed right now, it's almost like I added unnecessary stress to myself by doing it in such a rush time frame. But it's also, I feel like right now I'm in a space where I'm looking for cheap wins. I think that's what it is. I'm looking for cheap, quick hit wins because I'm under an immense amount of stress. And the little cheap hits are like, okay, cool, we got this done, but like, did we really get anything done? So I'm doing it to myself. And what do you do when you're doing something to yourself and you know that you're doing it to yourself? You're just not really sure where. I don't want to say how to stop doing it to yourself, but just like where to start with stopping doing it to yourself. I feel like I just need a pause. I need a pause on my life for like, just give me like 3 weeks and everybody else stop what they're doing. Everybody just pause and let me like catch up to everything and the world not be moving while I'm trying to do it. And then I think I'll be good. That's a reasonable request, right? Everything stop for me. People rag on COVID times, but like, man, when the world was locked down, I was on it. I hate to say it, but I was the most productive I've ever been as a human being during lockdown times. I learned to play guitar. I was out in nature way more. It was so peaceful. I know that that's not everybody's experience, especially people who lived in like horrible city type places, but I lived like in the South, which sucks by any other measure. But when it came to lockdown, it was like, it's better here than NYC. At least I can go outside and see green and not misery. I don't even know how I got on that tangent. I just need a pause. I need a little pause. 2 trips. You ever watch somebody open a package and it pisses you off and you just want to do it for them? Something else that I do with ADHD is I will research endlessly and get analysis paralysis, so I didn't even research this bad boy. I literally just grabbed it and said, okay, this is the one we're rocking with. It's got the square footage that we need. We're gonna see. Alexa. Yeah. Okay, cats are loaded up. That's kind of a disaster over there, but it's okay. We're gonna get that taken care of. Just not right now. Most important pieces are taken care of. The cats are in, thank God, because Nymeria was, we literally had, I'm not even kidding, a 1-minute drive from our short-term rental to the house that I purchased, and she screamed bloody murder the entire way as soon as she got into the car. Tober is very much a road trip kitty, but it's mainly because he seen it all. He was there from the beginning. I got him when I was 19, and I'll be 30 in 2 weeks. So he was there through all of my unstable bullshit, moving every other day, driving across country. So he like knows the deal. As soon as he gets in the car, he lays in my lap like, what's up? What's good? He has no issues whatsoever. But Nymeria, she came about when my life was a little bit more stable. So the slightest inconvenience and she is screaming. So we got the most important pieces done. Just found out that my young driveway is too steep for my pod to be delivered. So, yeah. We're gonna see what we can do. My dad said, hey, solutions will reveal themselves to you. So hopefully they reveal themselves quicker rather than later, because actually, you know what? I don't even really miss my shit. I don't really miss it. Like the pod could fall into a ravine and I'd be like, okay, it's all right. But it would be nice to have some like chairs and stuff to sit on, because my place is mad cozy and I kind of need chairs. Chairs are a part of cozy. They're like a huge piece. I don't know how much cozy you can get without like chairs or places to sit, but who knows. Now we're gonna try and get some semblance of a workout in. I've been falling off of my self-care and your girl needs to get back on, so we're gonna squeeze in whatever we can squeeze in. So we got a quick little 20-minute pump in, because ain't nobody got time for doing hella long workouts. And also I got my lashes done and she told me that for 48 hours I can't sweat. I had already been missing the gym, so it just wasn't realistic for me to not work out, and we have definitely started to sweat. So I apologize to all lash technicians out there on behalf of the people who don't follow your instructions and have to come back to you and get their lashes redone. Sorry. Hell yeah, I just got a text from a friend canceling. They wanted to hang out tonight at our social club, and I was gonna head over there after the workout, but I'm so glad because now I can just go grab some groceries and go back home and hang out with the cats. That's a win in my book. People out there who feel stressed out about canceling plans and concoct this huge paragraph explaining the situation, don't do it. You don't have to, because the person is probably relieved. Not that they didn't want to hang out with you, but they probably got their own stuff going on. So I give you permission just to say, hey, I can't make it tonight. It's all right. It's okay. I'm so glad that you can't make it, because that means that I can't make it. And if I can't make it, that means that I'm probably doing something that I would much, much rather be doing. It's taking every fiber of my being to not just go and get some Italian, some chicken piccata. I've been on like an accidental vegetarian kick, actually. Sometimes I'll go for stretches and then it'll be like, oh wow, you haven't had meat in a really long time. So I actually think that I'm gonna try and keep it up. This will be the first meal that we cook in the new place, so I'm very, very, very excited. Okay, let's go. It was a successful trip. Didn't waste any time. This was the first neighborhood market that I've been in, and Publix has been eating me out of house and home. I got a lot of groceries for the amount of money that I spent. And I feel like every time I go to Publix, I'm spending money, and then I'll look at what's in my basket and I'm like, make it make sense. Is it just me, or is gas burning quicker? Along with raising the price, we've also lowered how far your car can go. It's blowing my mind because I just filled up this morning. I went to 2 places locally. I haven't done anything. I'm losing gas just existing at this point. Neighborhood market for the win. I've been to Walmart more times past 2 days than I have in maybe 3 years. It's coming in clutch. You guys need a Smith's though, or a Kroger. While I'm waiting for my turn. It's been a day. I think I'm going to finish cooking, and then I'm gonna take a bath. A nice bath with some candles, maybe some Bob Marley. And we're just gonna relax. I think we've earned it. Tomorrow is a new day. A lot of stuff that we have to try and squeeze because that's the ADHD way, but we're gonna do it. So I know this was technically supposed to be like a move-in with me, but we're just gonna call it a soft move-in because I'm not able to get my pod delivered to my house. So we have more problems to solve, and we're gonna try and find some solutions. See you guys later. Bye.